Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for dropping back by today. I received an email recently from a company called Dehancer. I'd never heard of this company before, but after seeing what they have to offer, I was, eager to find out more about the company. So apparently they have a piece of software that's a plugin for Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut, I think a few other programs. I know you can use it with Photoshop and Adobe After Effects as well. There might be a few other programs. I can't remember off the top of my head though, but I think there's one or two more. But the cool thing about them is they do film emulation in their plugin. So in their plugin, you can actually pick the camera you use if the camera is on the list. Not every camera is supported, but C-Log 2, C-Log 3, Sony's with S-Log and stuff like that, specific Sony's, some Panasonic cameras, etc. So they have a few that are supported in this plugin, and they're working on getting more support, and they constantly upgrade and everything. They asked me to let them know what I thought about it, give my professional opinion. They aren't sponsoring this video, but they did give me free access to it for a limited time to see what it was like. So with that being said, let's see what it's like. I have a few pieces of footage here. I haven't really decided which ones I wanted to use. So I got one where my daughter's using the purple smoke bomb. Everybody's seen this clip many times. I've used it a lot. I was actually using the gray smoke bomb here. Let's see, plants. I actually did a video with these, so that's what I'm gonna do. This I filmed, and this is actually a 8K raw file from the Canon EOS R5. So I'm gonna go grab my Dehancer, slap it right on there. Very interesting. So I'm gonna go in here. It's raw, but I'm gonna just choose Canon R5. There's only one option, Cinema Gamut, right there. It does look like I took a picture or filmed on, because I do have, is it FilmNut there? Yep, Kodak Vision 3 250D. I'm gonna go with the Ultramax 400, closer to what kind of film I'm using right now, which is the Max Versatility 400. It's not on here, but Ultramax will do. But I still need to turn off some other stuff like expand. I don't know what expand is, and I don't know what print is. So let's see. But turn off. I am going to turn off the film for now. Let's see what it looks like without the film layer. And I'm going to turn off the film grain. Let's turn on the film grain too. I just want to see what it looks like without all of it. Okay, so it's a bit bright. Personally, I would go in and I'm not going to do an adjustment layer. I would just go in and raise the contrast up just a little bit. Actually, probably all the way. Bring the highlights down just a little bit. Bring in the shadows. It's already looking good, which is fine. I think actually that's fine. I don't really need a whole lot. I'll bring the whites down just a little bit. I'll warm it up a tad bit on the temperature scale. I'm gonna bring the green tint in. Since this is green, take a little bit of that pink out. And we're gonna set it right there. And then let me turn off the lumetri color. Looks like that. But remember, we want the lumetri to be the primary one. So we're gonna move that lumetri above the Dehancer. So our colors are primary over the Dehancer settings. And so that's where I probably should bring that contrast down. See, this is what happens. Like, your primary affects the secondary, And so the Dehancer was affecting more than the lumetri. So I'm bringing the contrast down, bring the highlights back up. The shadows are fine to me. That looks fine, just like that to me. I kind of would like to see it a little bit more green, but it looks pretty realistic. I can bring the warmth down a little bit to bring it back to where it's mostly green. And there we go. It looks nice. So if I turn this off, that's what it looks like with just the Dehancer. And this is what it looks like with the lumetri color. But if I turn Dehancer off, it still looks pretty flat. Turn lumetri color off, it's even more flat and brighter. So, but then with the Dehancer on, I can go in here and select the Ultimax 400. Kind of takes away the green a little bit. And let's go to film grain, add some film grain in there. And look at that, got a little grain on there. It looks nice. So then there's this. Oh, look at this. I'm gonna apply the Dehancer, see what it looks like. And then, oh, got to turn off the codec film, and I'm gonna turn off print and expand. Alright, so with this one, I still got to turn off the film grain. Alright, so this one was filmed in on the on the Canon R5 and 8K RAW. So there's only one option for the Canon though. Well, here, hold on. Let's go to this. So I got Canon Log 2. I'm gonna go to Canon Log 3 on here, and then go to, we'll just leave it at Cinema Gamut, and Canon Log 2. See if I can switch it from Log 2 to Log 3. Since it's RAW, it allows me to change what log it's in and the color space. So I'm gonna leave it at Cinema Gamut, but I'm gonna change to Log 3, and then I'm gonna go over back over to my settings, and I'm gonna pick Canon R5 Cinema Gamut Log 3. Wow, that looks really good. I'm not even gonna add the rest. I'm gonna just leave it like that. They actually came out better than that's from what I remember, because of the way the walls and stuff looked and how the lighting was in there. This is very accurate to how I filmed it, which is very surprising. And you know, with RAW, being that I didn't have to go you know, with RAW I can pick what, you know, color space I'm in, if I have a certain log profile I want to be in, and it will change it to that color space and log profile. And then with Dehancer, I just, you know, threw on the Dehancer and went from there. Now if I do say, you know, I want to go in there and Codec Vision 250D, makes it a little darker, but let's go back to Ultramax 400. Let's see what that does. It lightens it up a little bit. It makes it look really nice, actually. Now if I want to try out Bloom, let's do the Bloom. Enable. It just kind of blooms a little, highlights a little bit. I wonder if halation would work good for this. Let's see. Halation. Let's go in there. This is not a good halation moment, but we can do the film grain. Let's go to film grain. As you can see, there's other features on here. There's false color. Let me show you false color real quick. Right? Look at that. I haven't really unpacked exactly what I would like to do with this feature, but I like it. I don't use a lot of false color stuff, so I don't really know what that's telling me, but you know, anybody uses false color, that's pretty good. Let's go to, I said film grain. It's right here. Try to film grain. Let's turn the bloom off. The film grain and the bloom don't look good together. Not to me anyway. It might look good to some other people, but not to me. Let's turn the bloom off. Okay, that looks better. I could turn. Let's turn the bloom, film grain. I can turn the grain up a little bit. Let's turn it up to 40. And there we go. We got a little film grain. It doesn't look that good on her. She doesn't need that much film grain. Let's turn it back down to 20. Yeah, that's pretty good. I might go down to 15 actually. We don't need that much film grain. It looks like kind of a vintage photo. Well, it's really good, nice vintage photo. You know, but really, no film grain for this particular shot. Looks really good. Since it's video and not photo, that's a really good shot. You know, emulated in Kodak Ultramax 400. That's pretty good. I like it. Sorry if this is a long video, but yeah, Dehancer is pretty dope. It's pretty dope. But anyways, my final thoughts are about Dehancer is that it's a pretty good tool for any editor, video editor, especially somebody who they know how to expose their image right, but they struggle with getting started with actually color grading. Somebody who wants to color grade but doesn't have the time to color grade everything. Like they just want to film in log so they can get the dynamic range and they know how to expose properly, but they don't want to go through the process of downloading the proper LUTs off of Canon. They don't want to have to figure out how to get the color just right. They want to just go in here and click a few buttons that will allow them to bring that exposure back, and then they can tweak it to their liking after that. And then if they want to be creative with some emulation of film, they can do that as well. Now, I think the better feature of Dehancer wouldn't be the fact that you can select your camera and you kind of get a really good LUT for your camera from the input. But I think the best feature comes in where you have the film emulations, the halation, the bloom. You got your vignette. You can do a lot of stuff in your effects panel on Premiere Pro, but having that film grade and that film emulation is a plus. You don't have to go look for stuff as overlays to put on it. You already have it in the plugin. Now, Premiere Pro. Let's dial it back a little bit, because Premiere Pro does have another feature, which is why I'm linking a video later. Premiere Pro has a feature where you can auto detect what it was recorded in, like Rec 709 or PQ or whatever you recorded your footage in, and it'll auto detect it, and it'll put like a correction LUT on there, and all you have to do is do your own creative color grade after that. So you could essentially just go from that point forward. If that wouldn't be the same as using Dehancer. If you use Dehancer, it's a little iffy with using Dehancer and that feature together because of that input. It'll set it to Rec 709, and if you're trying to use the auto detection feature, I've used it and it clashed a little bit. So I turn the auto detection feature off and I use the Dehancer, and then I can use all the other stuff as well. But the auto detection feature is good. If you use the Canon R6, you have to go in and you have to actually select the color override and pick what you filmed in, and then it'll work. But anyways, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching the video. And I'll see you all in the next one, next time. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.